Today we will discuss the worksheet 2 in grade 6. We start. Question number 1, compare using greater than, less than or equal. In question number 1, I'm comparing the absolute value of 2 and negative 5. The absolute value of 2, don't be confused because this is not absolute value. The absolute value of 2 is 2 and this negative 5. Because this number is positive and this number is negative, so the number which is positive is greater than. So 2 is greater than the negative, or the absolute value of 2 is greater than negative 5. Now question number 2. We are comparing the absolute value of negative 9 and the absolute value of 6. So if you look at them without absolute value, you think that 6 is greater, but the absolute value in your mind of negative 9 is 9. And the absolute value of 6 is what? 6. So now I can compare between them easily. So the absolute value of negative 9 greater than the absolute value of 6. Because the absolute value of any number is distance from 0. So it will be positive because it's distance. Now question number 3. Here we need to find the absolute value. The absolute value of negative 13 and the absolute value of 13 is the same, which is 13, both 13. So now because the absolute value of any number always positive because it's distance from 0. Now the absolute value of negative 13 is 13. So the absolute value of negative 13 is 13. Now next question, find the distance between each pair of points. Now the first pair of points, now here, what's the strategy? What's the rule to find the distance between 2 points? We focus on the coordinates that differ, that they are different. Now look at this. This x coordinate and this y coordinate. This x coordinate and this y coordinates. Now I don't care, or I ignore the coordinates which is the same. So I ignore the y coordinates. Now I go to the x coordinates. They are different, yes? Now, if they have the same sign, if they are both negatives or both positives, I subtract their absolute value. If they are different signs, like this case, this 6 and this negative 4, they are different signs, yes? So, I will add their absolute value. I will not add the values themselves. I will add their absolute value. So, the absolute value of 6 plus the absolute value of negative 4. Why I add? Because they are different signs. The absolute value of 6 is 6 plus the absolute value of negative 4 is 4 equals what? 10. So the answer is 10. The answer is 10, which is choice B. Now I will go to next question. Now question number 5, this which is maybe confusing for some students. Now 7 half, 5 half, 1 and half, 5 and half. Now I just focus on the coordinates which is different. Now the x coordinates are different because the y coordinates is the same. Now the x coordinates, I look at them. They have the same sign because they are both positives. So I need to subtract their absolute value. So the absolute value of 7 and half minus the absolute value of 1 and half. Yes? So it becomes 7 and half minus 1 and half equals 6. So the answer is 6A. Now the same way, 2.5 minus 5. Come here. Now question number 6, 2.5, negative 5, 2.5, 2.5. Now the y coordinates are the same, or the x coordinate is the same. The x coordinates are the same, so I ignore them. I focus on the y coordinates. So negative 5 and 2.5. they have different signs. So I add, different I add. I don't add them, I add their absolute values. So absolute value of negative 5 plus the absolute value of 2.5 equals the absolute value of 5 of negative 5 is 5 plus 2.5 equals 7.5. So the answer is the 7.5. Now question number 7, which of these 7.5, sorry, which of these is another way to write 3 power 4? Now if he said to me you need to evaluate 3 power 4, we need to find the value, but now he wants just another way. So this is the base and this is the height. Don't be confused to multiply 3 by 4. The base is 3 and the exponent is 4. The exponent is just telling me that you need to multiply the base how many times by itself. So 3 will be repeated 4 times. 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 3. Because the number which is exponent just tell me how many times to multiply the base by itself. It's not matter of multiplying the base by the height. So the answer is A. Now next question, write 7 multiply 7 multiply 7 multiply 7 using an exponent. The same way, this the base, this the base. So the base is 7. But how many times 7 is repeated? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 to the 4th power or 7 power 4. So the answer is B. Now I will go to next question or next group of questions. Now true and false questions. Absolute value of a number is the distance from 0. Yes? So yes, I mentioned before this definition of the absolute value of a number is the distance of this number from 0. So the distance of negative 5 and 5 from 0 is the same, which is 5, yes? Because they are opposite. So the opposite numbers have the same absolute value. So this will be true. This will be true. Now number 10, distance between negative 2, 3, negative 2, 1 over 4 is 3 and 1 over 4. Now let me try to find it. So I focus on the coordinates which is different. This 3 and this 1 over 4. Now they have the same sign, so I need to subtract their absolute values. So absolute value of 3 minus absolute value of 1 over 4, which is 3 minus 1 over 4, which is 2, 3 over 4. Mentally, but he put the answer, he made the mistake by adding. But the same sign, we subtract their absolute values. So the answer is false. Now 3 power 5 equals 15. This is false because he multiplied 3 by 5. But 3 power 5, it means 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 3. How many times? 5 times, yes? Which is not 15. Because 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 27 times 3 81. Then we continue, but it's not 15. It's not 15. So the answer will be false. Now answer the different questions. Number 12, he wants the absolute value of negative 13. I told you this easy question. Just we put the number, the same number 13, but it should be positive because it's distance as we mentioned here. Now find 5 power 3. To evaluate any exponent, first we change it to repeat multiplication. 5 power 3 means 5 multiply 5 multiply 5, which equals, here he wants the answer. 5 times 5, 25. Times 5, 125. Now order, the last question, order from least to greatest. The absolute value of these numbers. Now don't be confused and you write negative 20 is the first one, because you need to find in your mind the absolute value of these numbers. This the absolute value of negative 1 1, this the absolute value of negative 5 5, this 7, this 20, this 10. Now I order them. When you order them, don't write these numbers, you have to write the absolute values. So this will be the first one. So absolute value of negative 1. You can number them, by the way. You write this one because he wants from least to greatest. You can number them. This is the first one. The second one, this which is the absolute value of negative 5, which is 5. Then the absolute value of 7, which is 7. Then the absolute value of negative 10, which is 10. Then the absolute value of negative 20, which is 20. So when you order them, don't write these numbers. You have to write the absolute values. Or you can number them. You can write 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was everything about our worksheet for today for the next quiz. Thank you very much.